I'm Glenn, and this is Miranda, and we're going to show you guys the Fitz Toronto homework module for thoracic spine mobility. So the first exercise we're going to do is the cat and camel. Miranda's going to be seated on her knees. She's got her wrists stacked right above her shoulders, and they're about, I would say, a few inches away from her kneecaps. So what she's going to do, she's actually just going to exaggerate flexion and extension of the spine. So the first thing we're going to do is exaggerate extension of the spine. She's really trying to open up her T-spine. She's really trying to pull her chest and rib cage down. Beautiful. She holds it for 3 seconds. 2, 3 before she exaggerates in the other direction. Now you can see she's really trying to flex her trunk here. Beautiful. To really open up her upper back here, her thoracic spine. She holds for 3 seconds. 2, 3, and she comes back down again. 2, 3, comes back up again. 2, 3, and then back down again. 2, 3. Beautiful. Thank you very much. So for this exercise, you can start off with 3 sets of 8 repetitions in each direction. Don't go too fast. It is meant to be done slowly and really feel that opening up of your thoracic spine. The next exercise in the series is going to be our thoracic extension. So Miranda is in the quadruped position here. What she's going to do is she's going to set herself a really strong posture. She's going to bring her hand, either to her ear, to her temple, whichever she'd like to. And what she's going to do is she's going to rotate about the spine, really trying to get some rotation. Excellent. And really just trying to open up and increase the mobility right here. Excellent. So you notice none of her movement is actually coming from the hips. It's all coming from right up here. Miranda, if you mind just for the next one, show people what it's like to open up from your hips, come and really exaggerate from here. Beautiful. So this isn't what we want to see. We don't want to see all this open up. What she's going to do is she's going to come back down. She's going to really pull that rib cage down, really set that strong position. And now her elbow is going to come up. She's going to try to keep an eye on her elbow the entire time. And she's really just going to open up and rotate through her T-spine right here. Beautiful. Excellent. Come back down. Thank you very much. So for that exercise, once again, 3 sets of 8 repetitions on each side. The last exercise in our thoracic spine mobility series is the overhead squat. So, Miranda sets up herself in a overhead squat position. For most people, that's about shoulder width or slightly wider, with a little bit of a toe here, depending on what your mobility is like. Miranda's going to hold the dowel above her head like so. Most people are going to find out where the position should be by holding the dowel above their head while maintaining a 90-degree angle at their elbows. So, Miranda had this on her head, and she had a 90-degree angle up at one elbow and up at the other elbow. This would be the best starting place for an overhead squat. Remember to extend your arms up. Beautiful. That's the best place to start for your overhead squat. Now, some people are going to have a really tight upper back. It's going to be really tight in the thoracic spine, and they're not going to be able to manage this for the entire lift. They can then widen their grip a little bit and adjust. It should still be challenging. It should still be a challenging exercise, though. So, Miranda's gripping the dowel. She finds all this beautiful neutral spine posture cues. She gets really strong, and then she follows the basic cues for a squat. She's going to sit her hips back a little bit, and she's going to start sinking down, pushing her knees out, and flaring them as she comes down, and spending a second in the hole before she comes back up again. Beautiful. 1, 2. 1, 2. Excellent. So that's the overhead squat. Once again, starting with 3 sets of 8 repetitions is the best place to start with this exercise. It will feel a little uncomfortable at first. That's okay. Work with it. As your mobility gets better, you can start to narrow your grip on the dowel. You can also add more repetitions if you'd like a little bit more volume and a little bit more mobility work. So once again, for all of our exercises, 3 sets of 8 repetitions is the best place to start. You can then load them by increasing the volume a bit more, by increasing the sets, increasing the reps, slowing down the tempo are all great ways to do it. I'm Glenn, and this is Miranda, and this is the Fitz Toronto Thoracic Spine Mobility Homework Module.